Alright, so today we're going to be looking at creating this really cool animation for callout tab thing, or also known as a lower third. It's a really cool animation that's got here. It's pretty simple to create, but it looks pretty sort of fancy and sophisticated. I'll just play it through at full speed here for you. Okay, so this is what we're going to be creating today. Now, it looks very complex and it's got a few steps to it, but it is, for the most part, fairly simple. And I'm going to be going through this from a sort of beginner's perspective. So bear with me if you've got a bit more experience with After Effects. And I'm just going to be going through all the various different things to help you create this as easily as possible. And I won't be using any of the scripts, although I have got a script here that can aid you with this. I recommend you get it. It's called Motion 2, and it's really useful, and it just sort of helps you along and makes tedious tasks much quicker and easier. And I will just pause this and let's head into this. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to create a new composition, which you can do by pressing the wee button here. And you just want to call this whatever, I don't know, we'll call it lower third. Can't spell today. Lower third. You want to just have it with a width of 1920 and a height of 1080. You can get the preset for this in HDTV 1080, any of the frame rates you like. I've just put it on 29.97. You probably want to have the duration at about 6 seconds, which is what I've got there. Background color doesn't really matter, because I'm going to be putting something over that anyway. Okay, so now created this, you want to go to Layer, Appear, New, Solid. Now, you want to have this at these. Usually this should default to the size of the composition, and so I'm just going to leave it like that. Color-wise, choose whatever color you like in here. Just clicked on the bit there to get the colour. I'm just going to leave it on this sort of light orange colour, but you guys can choose whatever you want for the colour. I'm just going to press OK and OK. Now, so what we've got is a totally blank orange canvas here. Now, first thing you want to do is grab the rectangle tool up here, and you want to just, nope. First thing you need to do is, if you have got something here selected, when I add a rectangle over the top of it, it's going to assume I want to create a mask for this, which basically hides part of it, as you saw there. So what you want to do is you want to just click off here, or if this area is totally full, you just press F2 and that will deselect everything. And then you want to create a wee rectangle thing here. You don't want it to be too big. That looks like a pretty decent size. You can make it whatever size you want, obviously. They say it can sort of scale up and everything, but just bear in mind that it does sort of draw on from the bottom here, so you might want to leave a bit of space underneath it. Obviously you can do this in reverse, so it comes down. I'm just going to do it this way. The first thing you want to do is you want to grab this wee tool here. Which one is... I'm looking for... Oh, they got removed it in this version. Okay. Can I just grab this then? No. Okay, so you want to go to Shape Layer, Transform, Anchor Point, and then you just want to move these things around. And this looks like it's moving it, but what it's moving is it's moving it in relation to the wee dot in the middle of the screen there. And what you want to get is you want to get that dot on the very right hand side of this. Now you can just drag it back down to here where you want it, but basically that's crucial, because what happens is when it scales up, it's going to now scale up from this side rather than from over here, because it's just going to go boom up to here if the anchor point is in the middle. Okay, now next thing you want to do is you want to put the text on. So I'm just going to write some text here, like, I don't know, example text. It's quite big font here. Example text. Now, want to obviously make this a different colour so that you can actually see it against this. So I'm just going to make it maybe a sort of very light grey colour. I'm just going to make it a wee bit smaller with a wee bit here. Now also you can get this panel here if you just go Window, Character, and then a wee thing will pop up and you can just drag it over to this side here. Now this can just go there. Third thing you want to do is you want to add text. Now I'm just going to put this is some to lead on to the example text. Actually, I've just clicked the wrong thing here. You want to click the arrow and move it across, and I'm just going to make this in caps for consistency. This is some example text. In fact, wait a sec. No, okay, that's fine. So I thought I'd put that in caps. Okay, now I want to make this the blue colour here, so that you can see it against this very sort of light orangey colour. I'll maybe just move this down a wee bit, and you just use the arrow keys to move it like 1 pixel so that it just moves a little bit, which is quite useful if you're just making like tiny adjustments like I was there. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to go sort of somewhere around here. You want to go rotation with, so you see the wee it looks like a stopwatch down in the bottom left hand corner. You want to press stopwatch that's next to rotation, that's next to scale, and that's next to position. And what this adds is it adds these wee sort of diamond things over here. Diamond things. That's the best word I can come up with just now for them. And basically what these represent is that at this position in time, all these settings that I've just put the wee stopwatches on will be at this, what they are just now. Okay, so what I want to do next is I want to drag it back a wee bit. I want to move it, I want to move it that way, whoops. I want to move it up like this, and I want to rotate it a little bit like this. I then want to move it a wee bit further back like this, and then I want to move it, no, I want to move it that way. I want to move it down, and then I want to move it, rotate it, sorry, like that, and then I want to move it a wee bit further down, that way, and rotate it even more. So I'll maybe just move it a wee bit further down again. Okay, so what we've got just now is it goes like this, really slowly. That is some great animation work there. So what we want to do is we want to go just before the keyframe for position and scale here, these ones. Just before that, I want to add a keyframe for scale. Now because I've already added one here, I can't just press the stopwatch again. I have to press on this wee diamondy thing here, because what that will do is it will add a keyframe here at the value it's currently at, I believe. So basically what it's going to do is not just going to scale up this whole time, it's just going to scale between here and one which I'm going to put over here. So if I just move it over to here, and then I want to press remove constraints, like so there's a wee paperclip thing here, take that off, and is it a paperclip? It's like a link thing, and you want to scale only the one on, nope, not the one on that side, one on the left side. You want to only scale down the one on the left side to about 0, if I can get 0, there we go. Okay, so what it's going to do now is, if I just go back a little bit, it's going to come on like this and do that. Very exciting. So what you want to do is you want to select all of these, you want to press this wee thing here that goes into your graph editor. It's like a wee, I don't know what it looks like a graph basically. So you want to click that. Now these all look really weird, they're all square. So what you want to do is you want to go here, choose graph type and options, edit speed graph. Now these are all going to look really straight. The reason for that is because these are all just moving like that. They're just moving exactly where they're instructed to go. So what you want to do is you want to press F9, yeah, F9, And what that does is, you can also get it in here, keyframe assist and easy ease. And what that does is, rather than it just being a flat line where it does it and then that's it, it sort of speeds up and then slows down again, which makes it move like a sort of more natural movement. Now, so I'll show you what it looks like with this. So it looks a bit more fancy now. Tell you what I maybe do, I'll select all of these, and if you press Alt on the last, hold Alt, press the last one, and then you can drag it in like this, and you can make them all faster by making them in a smaller space of time. Let's see what this looks like now. Now that looks kind of fancy. So what you want to do is you want to select them all again. Now you want to go into the graph editor, and you see that we've got these wee spikes here. Now what you want to do is you want to grab whichever ones here. So I'm just going to grab these ones here. So what you want to do is you want to move that in like that. These, like, can you see these wee yellow like handlebar things that you got here? And you just want to pull them towards the middle like that. And now can I select all of these and do that? So you want to just pull them in like this and pull them in like this until you get like wee spikes. You see the ones I mean here? Oh, that wasn't what I meant to do. And you want to just get wee mini spikes on here, because what they do is it means it sort of suddenly speeds up and then slows down, which gives you really cool. Well, that's basically what the basis of my one came from, was the sort of fast speeding up and fast speeding down. So I'll show you what this looks like now that we've made the wee spikes. So it's not a perfect demonstration of how that works, but so what it does is it does that now. Now that's pretty much what I had before. You want to just move this to zoom it out. So let's see what this looks like. Oh, something just juddered there. I've made a change I didn't mean to. Just give me a second. Let's have a look. Now, these, move graph to here. This is a little bit too spiky, I think. Probably. Looks like it. Now, if I just move along to here. And I'm just going to move this a little bit along here like that. So it's not quite as big a spike. That's not. I've changed something I shouldn't have here. Just give me a sec. Undo all those changes. Move back here. Undo. Undo. Okay. So what you have is you have these wee like curves now, whereas before they were just up, long, down. And this sort of represents the speed. So what you want to do is you want to select all of them by doing a wee thing like this. Now you've got these wee yellow things at the side here. They're like wee things, and what you can do is you can drag them out by just pressing the wee bit on the end. And I've just dragged the wrong one out. Okay, select them again, and you want to drag the right one out. So what you get is you get wee spikes here. What they should do, theoretically, there we go, is it should move all of them out like that. Sometimes they don't like to be moved with the other ones, which can make it a bit awkward because you have to do it manually. So you just want to make the wee spikes here by dragging these yellow things in. So you just want to drag them all in until you... I've just moved something. Until you're satisfied that all of these are like wee spikes. So like that. And now the movement you should get when you go back here and you just play it is like that, which looks much cooler. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom out here, and I'm just going to watch this. Does that look okay? That's just not... It's easy to make a mistake in the graph editor, which is where this thing comes in. Because if you had this thing, what you'd do is you just select all of these, you drag this in, say 85, this is what I did with my other one, 85 for instance, and now that's you, all that fiddling with the graph editor, and boom, you've got it there. Now the next thing, because obviously what happens is this text is only shows, like, because it's just showing here anyway, so what you want it to do is only show on the surface of this. So what you want to do is you want to go click on the shape layer one here, Control D, you want to go to drag this up right above example text here, and you want to go to the example text, and it looks like Trick Matte here, which stands for Track Matte. You want to click on the example text one, and you want to go alpha matte, alpha matte. So what this does is it means that basically the example text is only going to show, like, so, okay, well, I'll show you here. So it's only going to show when there's the blue shape layer over it, or under it, in this case. And so it sort of comes on like this. Now, what I did in my example was, so that's already looking pretty cool. So I'm going to close that, go back to example text, transform. Now, if I go to maybe here, so I go maybe to here, and I'm just going to press the wee thing on position, the stopwatch on position, move this back a wee bit to about here, and I want to move the position across the way like this to the left a little bit. Now what's going to happen here is it's going to slide on. Now that's not quite where I want it. Maybe I want it a wee bit later than that. So it's going to come on like that. Maybe not. Move it back. Okay, so it comes on. How do I do it in this one again? So how does it? So it comes on. Wow, it comes on way earlier than I have it on here. So it comes on like here. Getting the timings for animation is not easy. That's it, pretty much. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to select these, graph editor. Nope, you don't want to do that. You want to select these. You want to press F9. Then you want to go to the graph editor, press this wee thing, fit all views to graph. And here we have the wee curve here. So we're just going to do the same thing we did last time. Drag this yellow one in here, and drag this yellow one in here. And you've got this nice wee spike here. Come out of this, zoom out. And now, if you watch, we've got that, you couldn't really see that. Not gonna lie. There we go. That'll do. So what does it do? It goes doom, doom, doom. That'll do for just now. Obviously, you can polish this up later on, and you can move things about. So basically, with my one earlier on, it comes on a wee bit earlier than that. Now, the next thing is you want this is sum to come on. So how you do that is, if I just zoom this out a wee bit, close all these. I'm gonna lock the bottom layer, which is medium yellow solid 4. Should really need naming these, but I haven't really had a chance. So I'm just gonna lock this by above the wee lock icon. You just press this here, and a wee lock comes up. So this is sum. So if I go into this is sum, open it up, and twirl this bit down here into transform. Now I want to find the point where I'm happy with it seeing where it is. Okay, so about here. So if I just go position, and I just put a wee stopwatch there. Now I want to drag it back a little bit more, and I want to move it across to the right. So what it's going to do is it's going to go boom onto here. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to grab a rectangle again, and just if I line this up here, I want to put it in roughly the place here. Now this doesn't look right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this is sum, track matte, alpha inverted matte. So now when this is sum is behind the rectangle, then you can't see it. So it's like it's coming out of nowhere, which is kind of cool. It's a wee bit late, but you know. Okay, so there. That's about right. Okay, so next thing I need to do is F9 these into Easy Ease, graph editor in here. You can see where the motion script comes in here because it makes life a lot easier. Pull this in, pull this in. Now this should be just fine. Okay, how does this look? There we go. Okay, so that's it there. So if we go now, I might make that a wee bit staggered there because I don't like the way that they both come on at the same time. Let's just see, does that work? That looks okay. So the next thing you want to do is I'm going to kind of cheat here, and I am going to move. Okay, I'm zoomed out all the way. I'm going to twirl these up here and here. I'm going to select all the layers in here, not over there. And well, obviously, because it's not going to count this one because it's locked, I am going to do right click. I'm going to do pre-compose, and I will just call this start. And then enter, and then what you've got is you've got the wee start thing here. Now, what this is allows me to do a sort of outro, or to do a sort of exit animation for this as well. So what I can do is I'm just going to find the point where it starts here, drag it along until that point is at the start. So if I go to here, so I want to drag it, okay, so that's about the start there. And so now it should do that. Now what you can do is if you press Ctrl D on start, you get another start. Maybe just enter and end, change that to end. If I just okay. Oh, whoops. Close that. Didn't want that. Rename. End. Okay, it is renamed to end. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to go time reverse layer, and you notice it's got these wee like red dashes along here, Gangnam stuff or something. And so what you want to do is you want to drag this along until you get them lined up so that it goes out like that. And then because this is reverse, it's going to do it backwards. If we've got enough time. No, we've not. Okay, fix this. You right click, composition settings. We're going to make this 8 seconds. Okay, here we go. Now we should have more than enough time. And then this is going to run out of stuff. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to unlock this guy here and click, drag out right to the end here, the red bit along the bottom, which represents this layer. Also, if you've got lots of these, what you can do is you can click here and you can color code them, which becomes really useful if you've got a lot of layers. Another helpful tip is name the layers because it comes in really, really handy. Okay, so let's just play this and see. Okay. Wee bit stuttery just because my computer's not terribly fast. Okay, there we go. So that's not that far away from our animation here. I don't know how long I've been rambling on with this for. So it's a wee bit bigger there. But anyway, so that is how you create this really cool lower third effect. Obviously, when you're not going through everything as slowly as I am, then it shouldn't take that long to create this. It only took me about, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. Probably not even that. Or maybe even 5 minutes. But it's just a really simple way to get something that looks really polished and fancy. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please like if you like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more tutorials like this coming up. I'll be doing maybe a tutorial on how to do my intro. Or there's lots of various different things you can that I'll be doing tutorials on, and I'll also be looking at Illustrator and flat design. But anyway, so thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.